Yo, what is up, guys? This is RizzyPOW, and we are here with the first week of the TBU, and this is going to be the team builder for it. So that is pretty exciting. Today we're going to be going up against Sky and the Gothenburg Garchomps. We, of course, are the Phoenix Sunfloras, and yeah, Sky's a really scary opponent. He's a really hyper offensive player. I played him once before, actually, in League format in the March Madness tournament, which is actually on my channel somewhere. You guys can go find it if you really want to see it. But I did win that match. I think I had a good matchup that match, though. Although I think I do have a good matchup again this time around. But yeah, we're gonna be going up against Sky this week, and yeah, this is a pretty scary week one because Sky actually was the he was in the finals last season and he lost to Trip. So that is pretty crazy. Going to be going up against him, but I think I've created a pretty cool team to face him. And yeah, so before even the team building process started, I had to decide what I wanted to take off my bench. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this because this had a lot to do with the team that I built. Because I don't personally like the bench, I think the bench picks are a very neat idea. Although the thing is that I don't like being limited to 5 times to be able to switch out my bench picks. And just looking at my team, I'll read out my team right now. I got Mega Latios, Clefable, Jirachi, Suicune, Nidoqueen, Snorlax, Tornadus, Houndoom, Poliwrath. And then on my bench before week 1 is Kabutops, Lucario, and Abomasnow. And I would have loved, if it was up to me, I would have taken Lucario out and I would have taken up Kabutops off the bench. Just because Lucario is a mon that's going to do really well versus Sky. And Kabutops, Rain is extremely good against his team. Let me read off his team. He actually did not take any, he didn't take anything off the bench, so I will I'll tell you what is on his bench, but I'm glad he didn't take anything off his bench. I'll just read out off his team. He has Mega Sceptile, Volcanion, Thundurus T, Scizor, Donphan, Frostlass, Drapion, Gardevoir, Barbaracle, and on his bench is Heracross, Slowbro, and Stoutland. And I'm really glad he didn't take Heracross or Slowbro off the bench. If worse comes to worse, what would have been worse is if he took them both off the bench, because Slowbro prevents a lot of things on my team from being pretty good. But he decided to keep Slowbro on his bench. I really think he should have taken it off because my team has a really good matchup without Slowbro. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So I really wanted to take both Kabutops off the bench and Lucario. I knew for a fact I was going to take Lucario because Lucario is a mon that I probably will never be putting back on the bench because it's just such a good mon and it is just matches up against teams so well. So I knew I was going to take Lucario off the bench, and then I was debating on Kabutops. Now, if it was up to me, I'd have brought in Tornadus I with the Rain Dance, Kabutops, and Lucario, and 3 other mons, because Rain really does well versus Sky's team. I didn't put any of our bench picks on the layout, or not the layout, or I don't even know if there's going to be a layout, but it's not going to be on the screen. Yeah, but that's that. So, pretty much, I just took Lucario off the bench, and I didn't want to take Kabutops off because there's only 5 times I can switch the benches off, and I didn't want to waste 2 in the first week and then be down to 3. So, the thing is, I like there being a limit of the benches, but the thing I don't like about the benches is that we have to be limited to 5 times. I think it should be maybe a 7 or 8. That's what I would do personally, but also I'm new to bench picks, so maybe I'll end up liking it, the fact that it's only 5 times. I'm not sure. This is my first week ever dealing with bench picks. So bench picks. I just say bench picks. But yeah. Let us go to our team right over here that I built for Sky. So originally this was a SD 3 attacks Lucario with Bullet Punch over Magnet Rise, and this if it gets an SD up, it doesn't get an SD up versus anything though. I had to predict a switch and get an SD up, but then I was talking with some people in the NPL, the National Pokeball League, and Chris Togavor, he actually was telling me that Magnet Rise could actually be a bit better, just because I can set up on Donphan, and that gives me some setup fodder or whatever So I can set up a Swords Dance, and once I get +2, and if rocks are up, I can pretty much beat his team, especially because with the Magnet Rise up, I can even set up another Swords Dance on Mega Sceptile and Drapion, unless the Drapion is carrying like Brick Break, which I'm not sure if he even gets. But yeah, that's really, really nice. I don't Oko Drapion at +2 after rocks, though, which is a problem, just because I do like 80% to or something, 70% at +2, so I might have to weaken Drapion a little bit more, which I think is going to come in this match. The only thing I don't touch on his team, and he can use this as a check for this thing, or even a counter, actually, is Frostlass. And the thing is, I don't think Frostlass is going to come on my team. My team matches up really well against Frostlass, at least offensively. I have just things that are like Tornadus outspeeds it and destroys it. It's not going to do anything to Suicune. It's not going to be doing anything to Clefable. It's not going to do anything to Snorlax. So the only way I think he's going to bring Frostlass is as a suicide lead with spikes, which I do have some stuff on my team. So since this thing is the Frostlass is the only thing that I can't really touch, I was debating on bringing Snorlax, and I had it on the team originally at some point actually, but I took it off. I was thinking about bringing Snorlax to Pursuit so I can Pursuit Trap it. I was thinking about either AV Snorlax or Choppleberry. But I ended up deciding, nah, I don't have space for Snorlax. I originally changed out with Suicune, which I'm going to go to the set right here. I was originally changing out with Suicune, but then I realized I was pretty Volcanion weak, so I decided to change it back to Suicune. So this is my Suicune set right here. This is an offensive Calm Mind Suicune. I don't think he's going to expect this, and the thing is that this thing is probably going to be my lead if I either see Drapion or Frostlass. If it's not, then I'm probably going to lead off with Clefable if I don't see Drapion or Frostlass, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to see I'm pretty sure I'm going to see Drapion. But yeah, so the thing is that this outspeeds something, I don't remember exactly, and I made it timid instead of modest so I can invest more in bulk because I want that bulk. I'm offensive Calm Mind. Essentially how the first turn is going to work, if he leads off with Frostlass, I'm going to Scald it, then I'm going to Calm Mind up on it, so he's going to be forced to switch out, and I don't die to a Destiny Bond. And if he switches out, he's going to probably go on to Volcanion, not expecting Hidden Power Rock, and I can Hidden Power Rock it up, and then I can deal damage to Volcanion. So that's a pretty cool plan. Also, this thing takes hits from Volcanion, even if he specs grass, Hidden Power grass probably is like 40-50%, but if I have a Calm Mind up, then he's not really going to be doing much to me at all, which is pretty damn cool. Also, if he locks himself in a Hidden Power grass and he kills me, then I can go on to my Mega Latios, or I can even go into Lucario and set up, so I would be fine with that. But yeah, so Lucario is definitely my win condition. This thing is not really win condition, but it can set up and just be annoying to its team. It can damage Volcanion, which he probably is not going to be expecting. He might think that Volcanion is a hard counter to Suicune, but I have Hidden Power Rock. And instead I went for Hidden Power Rock over Hidden Power Electric because he has both Thunder T and Mega Sceptile. So I didn't want to, I didn't want them to get a free switch in. Plus, this thing, it does a lot of damage to Thunder T. It can do a bit of damage to Mega Sceptile and have Ice Beam for Mega Sceptile. So that is pretty much the purpose of this team. It's pretty bulky, and it just can do a lot of damage to his team. And just spam Scald, because Scald is just the greatest move. He can switch in on Volcanion, but I got Hidden Power Rock. And at +1 or +2, actually at +1, it almost 2-shots. It's a roll of 2-shot, but if I have rocks up, then it will 2-shot. So that is pretty damn cool. So, yeah, we got both Lucario and my Suicune. Lucario is my win condition, my first win condition. My second win condition on this team is my Mega Latios. So Mega Latios, this is just a normal Calm mindset. I was originally thinking DD was really good versus this team, but this is probably one of my main checks to Volcanion, and if I get burned, that's not going to be a good time. DD is not going to work this week. I have Calm Mind, Roost, Dragon Pulse, Hidden Power Fire. This thing can set up on pretty much everything. I'm really expecting to bring actually a physically offensive or mixed Mega Sceptile with Dragon Claw to be able to do more damage to this thing. That's what I think Sky would bring. The set that I would bring is either SD or 4 attacks. I could bring Leaf Storm, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Iron Tail. That's what I might bring if I was Sky, or I could even bring SD. I think he definitely needs to have a grass move, though, for Suicune. That's what I think. But actually, maybe not, because Suicune you might not think Suicune has a good matchup, which it doesn't have the best matchup, but it can deal with some mons. So yeah, that is pretty cool. Also, Suicune can deal a bit with Scizor, but right here, this is a check to Scizor because I got that Hint Power Fire, I got Dragon Pulse, and the only thing this can't really touch is his Gardevoir. So, but I still do a lot of damage to Gardevoir, and if he's Scarf Gardevoir, I can set up on him. Now, if he's Specs Gardevoir, I'm not gonna be able to set up on him, and he's still going to do a ton of damage to me, so I'm probably going to be forced to switch out. But I have a lot of checks to Gardevoir. I have this, which is, no, this is not a check to Gardevoir, but I have a Rachi, and I even have a Tornadus, which we'll go to right now. So, Tornadus right over here. Also, people... Now, actually, I'll talk about it at the end of the video, but Tornadus is right over here. So people were actually talking about how my team lacks wall breakers, and yes, it does lack some wall breakers, but I feel in League format, I can customize certain Pokemon to be wall breakers. Like this Mon just hits Sky's team extremely hard, and it can technically be considered a wall breaker in this match. It two-shots everything. I have Hurricane and then Sludge Wave for Gardevoir in case like a Spadef Gardevoir or something like that. Bulky Gardevoir. I got Grass Knot pretty much there just to give me a nice check to Donphin. I don't necessarily need it, but it also helps me versus Barbaracle, meaning that he cannot set up on me because my other two moves are resisted. I don't want to get a free Shell Smash up and do a lot of damage to my team. So that's why I got this Grass Knot right here because I want to be able to check his Barbaracle. And I have max speed, so I can outspeed his Frostlass, and then I can hit up with that Hurricane. I got Air Slash also because I don't want to miss Hurricane. If I ever need to do that, I can do that. And I was debating on whether to run Agility over Air Slash or Tailwind or even U-Turn. Probably not U-Turn because there's literally no reason for me to U-Turn on his team, and I can just spam Hurricane because it's just so nice versus his team. Yeah, I have Air Slash though in case I don't want to risk the miss, even though this thing can miss as well, but you know, whatever, okay? Yeah, so that is pretty cool. Now the next mon is Rachi. So this gives me another Scizor check, which is pretty cool. Unless he carries like Scarf Scizor or something. I mean, even if he carries Scarf, what is he gonna do to me? Bug Bite. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it'll do a bit of damage, but I can still kill with the HP Fire. I got Offensive Calm Mind. So this set I was really changing. This set changed a lot while I was building this team. So originally it was Expert Belt when I first made the team because Expert Belt Rachi does really well versus this team. Then I changed it to Metal Coat. And I was 4 attacks. I wasn't even Calm Mind. I was Expert Belt, and instead of Calm Mind, I was Grass Knot, I think. Then I decided to change it to Metal Coat to make Flash Cannon do more damage. And then I ended up changing it to Cobra Berry Calm Mind. So the reason why it's Cobra Berry is because my team is a bit Drapion weak, especially. I mean, if he brings Bandage Drapion, that's going to be really good because he can if he locks himself into a move, Lucario sets up. If he locks himself to a move, many of my mons set up. Like, if he locks himself to Earthquake, then I get free set up with Mega Latios. So, like, I don't know. I don't think he'll bring Banded. I hope he brings Banded because it gives me a lot of setup opportunities. And I have a lot of setup on this team, as you guys can see. But setup just does really well versus Sky. What else? So, yeah, I think he'd bring out Life Orb Drapion, and I think he needs to do it to help him out with Clefable. So, I think he's going to bring a Life Orb one. But yeah, this thing can actually beat him if he is knockoff. He might be Night Slash though. I can beat him 1v1 because I can Calm Mind up, and I'm pretty sure 2 Flash Cannons will kill, something like that. So that is kind of cool. Also, Thunderbolt helps me with Volcanion, helps me check Volcanion a little bit. So, you know, this move coverage is really nice for his team, and that is pretty damn cool. Yeah, so let's move on to the Clefable. So this is a defensive Clefable. This is my Mega Sceptile counter. I got the Babiri Berry because this means that I'm a lure for Scizor, so I can Flamethrower it. I got a lot of checks for Scizor there, so it's not that necessary to be a lure. But also the thing is that I can take 2 Leaf Storms with this Clefable, but I cannot take a Leaf Storm plus an Iron Tail from his Mega Sceptile. So I have Babiri Berry to help me take that, and then I can Moonblast him or I can Soft Bolt up. Probably Moonblast him because I'll be expecting that. We'll see. I might even have to scout for it because if I get the misprediction wrong, that could be a bit of an issue. But yeah, Clefable is just really nice on this team. Also, none of these nicknames are final. I still haven't gen the team, and I still need to look at the nicknames you guys left in the comments for the TBU draft analysis. A lot of people left nicknames, which is pretty cool. And so I might change some of these nicknames. These are just some of the nicknames that are from the freaking video that I had on. But yeah, so we got Moonblast, Flamethrower. Moonblast just hit his team hard. Flamethrower because it hits Scizor. Stealth Rocks, this is my rocker, and rocks are very important in this match because it helps Lucario sweep so much better. It also helps me weaken Volcanion. And yeah, this is a very reliable rocker versus his team, so I'm pretty happy with that. I could have gone with a more creative set, but this just works really well. I need a rocks on my team, so there we go. We got this. And the only thing I don't really touch is his Volcanion, but I got 2 checks of Volcanion, being my Mega Latios and my Suicune. So I'm not terribly worried about Volcanion. We're gonna see about it though. So this is pretty much the team essentially. I've gone over everything. Offensive Calm Mind can do some work, hopefully. I have 3 Calm Minders on this team, which is pretty cool, and I got a Swords Dancer, so I got a lot of setup, but these 2 aren't really win conditions. These are just to help me break down his team, and the main win conditions of this team are Lucario and this. So also, I don't think I mentioned what Magnet Rise does. Magnet Rise is able for me to set up on his Donphan. So Magnet Rise, if you guys don't know what it does, for 5 turns, the user is immune to ground moves, so that means his Donphan can't EQ me, and I don't think Donphan gets superpower, but if he does, then, you know, I don't think he'd be carrying superpower, but if he does carry superpower, then that is going to be kind of sucky, but it's whatever. Yeah, so I got this Magnet Rise that's really nice for his team. For Donphan, also, actually I did mention it, that Mega Sceptile can set up, I can set up on Mega Sceptile, and also his Drapion if I get this up. So yeah, that is pretty cool. So I think this is pretty much a team. This speed is to speed creep a Volcanion that is speed creeping something else on my team. I might end up changing the speeds because I want to be more careful. But the thing is that also I want my defense. I want a lot of defense investments, so Bullet Punch from, like, a banded Bullet Punch doesn't do as much. So we'll see if I decide to change that. But, yeah, this is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. We play Sky tomorrow, so I hope you guys watch that. That would be pretty cool. I'm pretty nervous to go up against Sky because he's a really good battler, but I feel like I have a good matchup. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.